So Stephen, for folks who may be listening who are thinking, well, I'm not sure what my flow activity is to get me in flow, how can they go about discovering that? And then a second question we have from a listener is, how would you change office environments to help teams flow in the workplace?
Okay, so both are great questions. Let me start with the second one because I forgot the first one already, but let's talk about the office environments and then you can ask me the first one again. So there are individual flow triggers and group flow triggers. There's a shared collective version of a flow state. In fact, the most common flow state on earth is two middle managers in conversation at work. Why? Because management, once you're at the management level, there's a little risk involved, right? There's usually money on the line when you're talking about managers. So there's some risk, and interpersonal flow, managers, they know how to manage. They know what to focus on, and they get right into it. And two managers who get into a conversation, lose a couple hours solving problems, most common flow state you can imagine. So very common at work, but if you want to optimize for team flow or interpersonal flow, one, open office plans are a disaster. Just flat out disaster. They shouldn't exist. You need to be able to wall the individual off from the rest of the group. You need to be able to wall the team off. If you're looking for a model, what you're looking for is Skunkworks, Innovation Accelerator. It's the most famous innovation accelerator in business is Skunkworks, right? When Steve Jobs wants to invent the Macintosh, right? He leaves Apple, goes and rents a little shop behind the Whole Earth restaurant in Silicon Valley in Menlo Park, flies a pirate flag, right? Says it's better to be a pirate than to join the Navy, and secludes the research team. And what do you do in a Skunkworks, right? You wall everybody off. You have complete concentration, no idea, too wild, too weird. So everybody's encouraged to take huge risks. And feedback is another flow trigger. You have very fast development cycles. The Skunkworks process is essentially an agile computing process, right? Fast feedback loops, rapid experimentation, run lots of little experiments. These are all flow triggers. We're all driving attention into the now, but walling the team off from the rest of company is really key, walling yourself off. So when I work with organizations, I'm gonna swear on your podcast, the first thing I say is, if you can't hang a sign on your door, this is fuck off, I'm flowing, you can't do this work. Forget about it, it's done. What does this mean in this new kind of multi-tier, I'm working at home, I'm working in the office, this kind of environment? Two things. One, practice distraction management. If you're working alone, or even if you're working in an office environment, like email, cell phones, smartphones, messages, all of it, turn it off. Complete concentration is needed for flow. It's a flow trigger, right? That's why open office plans suck. In fact, really great work done on coders. It shows that coders in flow, and coders need flow to do their job. If they get knocked out by a distraction, a knock at the door, it can take 15 minutes to get back into flow if they can at all. So there's a big cost to the distractions. If you're working at home, this also doesn't just mean shut off your cell phone and all that stuff. It means have your conversations. Talk to your wife, talk to your kids, talk to your boss, talk to your coworkers. Hey, if you leave me alone now, and research shows that 90-minute blocks actually work best for uninterrupted concentration. We can come back to why in a second. But if you leave me alone for 90 minutes, I'm going to get more done productivity-wise because I'll be in flow. You're going to have more of me later. You get more of me, I'm going to get time back, but you have to respect that. So first and foremost, open off plans are a disaster, and you have to understand how flow works, and the complete concentration is at the heart of it. I will say on the team thing, there is something you actually need before that, which is when they study team flow, you need everybody bought in on the same goal. And it's got to be a goal that all the members of the team want to achieve, but nobody can achieve alone. So it's only by working together can you achieve. It's called a collective ambition if you're trying to engender team flow at work, the place you have to start is collective ambition. The team has to all be bought in that this thing that everybody wants, you can only get by working together. And so that it has to start there. You also have to wall the team off and do a whole bunch of other stuff. But I wanted to answer that question first.